military, you're going to the farm. It's not my intent to be sexist, it's just the way Dwarf Fortress handles women. You can't have them take time off unless you're monitoring them very closely, and unfortunately, I can't really have them take time off. You can only assign 10 people to a squad, so you can't have alternates or backups, you can't have fill-in, you can't rotate people in properly. It's easier just to leave the guys in the military, unfortunately, and have the women handling civilian tasks whenever possible. Wouldn't be so bad if they had dwarven daycare, but since the women will actually carry their babies directly into combat, that doesn't tend to work out real well. On the plus side, a baby does make a wonderful impromptu shield. So we need to get our decorating stuff up. We need to get another textile worker. We have a tanner here who has somebody who has some weaving there. This guy has clothes making. You're the closest one we've got. You're doing textiles. Now, I don't really want the hunters for the hunting per se, but this is an easy way for me to give them some bolts and a crossbow and a quiver and send them off to do something that's useful for the fortress and also develops their military skill. Since I don't really intend for the crossbow folks to be frontline infantry, what I'm really hoping for is to get some folks developed in military skill with the crossbow, who I can then mix back into civilian life before they become lords at their skill, and end up with people who are suitable as alternate military who I can mix in with my population, who, when a snatcher or a kobold shows up out of the blue, suddenly there's 20 or 30 crossbow bolts flying at him from different directions because I have military all over the place. What I don't think I have are quivers. Should have the crossbows, but I probably don't have the quivers, so let's go ahead and queue up 10 of those. We'll let this migration wave come in. Ooh, the Forgotten Beast is down there messing around with the trogs. Oh, good luck with that, guys. Alright, let's get those defenses up. It's time we got an entrance in this thing. Okay, and that's where our actual exit will be, is right here. That's a little further towards the center of the map, because it'll exit this way towards the center. At which point we can set up a small defensive area around the front of this, like bunkers out this way that will allow our crossbow guys to fire on things that are outside the entrance if we seal it up. We'll be able to, and that we can also then subsequently use to defend that entrance there as well. So one little tower right here gets us a lot of coverage. That's nice. So in addition to that, now that's really just for the wagon path. Okay, so let's close some of this up. Not what I intended. We didn't unpause that. That would have been ugly. Okay, so that took a minute, but now I know what I'm going to do, so I can kind of explain what was going on here. This three-wide path is, of course, for wagons to get in and out of the depot. That allows trading and merchants to get in and out. Now, we're going to have a path that runs through the middle and a drawbridge that I haven't yet designed in here to cut this off so that we can block this up and tell everybody to path through the narrower trap-laden area where we'll have, above them, a gallery. This will eventually become an archery range where you can shoot down into the area below you. So now people will come in, they'll walk out onto the narrow path, and then directly above them is going to be a row of archers all firing down at them from behind. While that's going on, north of that area is going to be siege weaponry, deployed firing south into a catch pocket, which will be right about here, where any spent ammunition that misses will go flying through, hit a wall right here, and drop into a trench for recollection by civilians, and it will be completely out of sight of the enemy. We'll never have to deal with them whatsoever. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. Okay, so let's get our guys going here. Those troglodytes are trying. They're just not going to get it done, I'm afraid. Forgotten Beast is bad. I honestly can't wait until Toady starts implementing things that will allow you to deal with deadly blood and deadly dusts that will poison and kill your guys. When medicine advances to the point where they can actually have some form of treatment to try and counter that, that's what I'm looking forward to. I really don't like the send your guys in to die sorts of things. So we're going to have to do all sorts of crazy military tricks where we're going to dig out a firing gallery that overlooks where we'll have to build a drawbridge so then we can punch a hole to the outside where the caves are and have our guy run for help while archers cover his escape so that we can lure the Forgotten Beast in so that we can shoot it dead in a room that we can seal up and then never use again. Ugh. Alternatively, we can try to lure it under a cave-in. Okay. Okay, they'll keep any spare squad equipment they have here in the barracks. We'll have them training here momentarily, so they'll all come running now that they have a training area and they're on training duty. They'll start training. Or they should, if I have them on training duty, of course. Let's check. Yep, they should be on alert, and they should come to training. Oh, I may not have... Yeah, there we go. So now you can see guys standing around in the room, and although it looks like they're doing nothing, when you come over here, you're going to see that they're watching and leading demonstrations for their separate groups. And part of this allows me to spread skills around the group a little faster because they'll lead 3 demonstrations instead of 1. That can be 3 different demonstrations in some cases. Additionally, since these guys will have at some point some commonality of skill, they'll start to pair off and they'll start to fight. So individual combat drill will start increasing their skills, but sparring will work better. And now you can see dwarves carrying their mugs around and using them to drink. That avoids an unhappy thought for not having the appropriate implement. Actually, I didn't do this quite right. That'll work. Now this area that we're truncating out here from above will be the area where they'll walk through. This will let me know exactly where I can expect my guys to be able to shoot them at, basically. Now, what I don't know is whether this is what Robot Battalion was talking about when he said a reverse battlement. So the Draltha is pretty well just getting mauled here. I keep hoping somebody will take down the beast. Yeah, that's exactly what we're going to end up with here. The archers will be stationed here, and the guys will enter this way. And although they'll primarily be in the center along a line like this, they will enter from with their backs to us, basically. But just in case they come in with an unexpected surprise, I'm going to engineer one of my own. We're going to have a set of drawbridges that we can close up like a curtain wall in front of the fortifications. So we'll have a set of fortifications here and then a curtain wall of drawbridges that we can raise and lower. Not very long ones, just like 2 squares, so we can tell if they're up or not. And we'll use those like shutters to close off the fortifications in the event that they come in with a real marksman. We don't want our guys to get sniped. The additional part here that's not necessarily a reverse barracks is that we're also going to have siege engines firing in at a 90-degree angle, so we'll have a literal crossfire. Archers from above and then heavy weapons on a 90-degree angle from that. Oh, well, we won't be relying solely on our bows. I'm not that foolish. No, no, we're going to have... This is a multi-level thing. This is not a single point of failure kind of trap. No, 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 no. This is the kind of thing that will allow us to totally wreck a siege in a tight little space in here before we're done.
Sorry, I can't do it, sir.
I don't think we'll have to punch another hole over here to let them build that. Thinking we can do it. Okay, hang on. get our mason to finish this one up, and then if we can, we'll get him to do this one. If not, I'll have to dig a little hole here to let them build on. I should have built the drawbridges before I punched downward, but that's alright. I'm hoping they can stand on this other drawbridge and get the job done. Now let's see if they'll move that Cobaltite, because that's what the problem is, I think. And if it's not that, then they're complaining they don't have a place to stand, in which case I'll have to punch a hole over here. Nope, that's going to get it. Our mason will come in, he'll do his job while he's standing right where that Cobaltite rock is, and we'll have our 2 curtain wall shutters up. We'll get our door up and our wall up and smooth this out and build this into fortifications, and then we'll have line of sight. We'll link that up and away we go. Theoretically, we might be the smallest civilization with dwarves remaining. We're going to be the meanest.
is a very dangerous thing. You there, I'm building an artifact. Give me the workshop.
But I was just about to...
Give me the workshop.
But...
Give it to me.
But...
Give it to me.
Okay.
Ouch.
Sir, an artifact has been completed.
Really? That's good news. Let's go see it.
He made a chair with a picture of somebody else's book. Damn it. On the plus side, he is now a carpenter, most assuredly.
is at hand.
Link to the Extra Life campaign and to my donations page, but also to a link back to the Reddit advertisement that sort of starts this all. And therein we'll have a link to a list of all the things you can get if you donate. If you donate at least $10, I'll name a dwarf after you. If you donate at least 25, I'll name one of our starting 7 after you. We've already gone through several of those, but there's still a couple left. More generous donations are subject to me doing even crazier stuff, so by all means pop out and take a look. Any donation amount is wonderful. None of this money is being collected for me. All of it goes directly to the charity in question. I get none of it, and I don't want any of it. I'm doing it solely for the purposes of the kids. If you donate, I'll give you a call out on stream if you'd like. If you've got some sort of request for your dwarf to be named, by all means, include it when you send out your donation, and I'll be more than happy to see to it. Okay, so now we're in the autumn of the second year. Minecraft texture pack. You so funny. Alright, so we've got the guys upstairs creating clothing. This was where we'll store the things we'll use to do our decorating. Gems and so forth. And then on the floor below that is where we'll do our decorating. We'll store our finished goods that haven't yet been decorated here. And this will be where we'll store the finished, final, decorated goods, the mugs that have been decorated with all of our gems and what all. Our mason is finally finishing up our drawbridge that will allow us to seal ourselves in from this entrance. Once that's done, we'll get it linked up and we'll be able to wall ourselves in again. Right now we're a little exposed. I can't remember if you can just cut off total quality to eliminate the decorated stuff or not. I always forget. Oh, look, we had a rabbit grow up. Should have an unfortunate accident with a drawbridge, I'm thinking. Oh, that reminds me, we haven't checked in on our animals. We may have a bunch of animals we need to pasture. Or, as in the case of this yak cow, butcher! And we definitely don't need 2 reindeer calves, so as soon as you become of age, you're going by the wayside. We don't need more kittens. We're probably pretty good there. So let's get rid of a couple of you guys. Okay, that's good. We're keeping the kitten count under control. Okay, there we go. Now we've got some migrants, pets getting stashed away where they belong. There we go. Got plenty of drinks, and we need to review the kitchen to make sure we're not cooking things we don't want to be. I do want to be cooking Cory bush leaves. Let's see, sweet pods and everything else is all set up to brew. Good, good, good. We just need to get a lot more stone pots cranked out real fast. Still no outpost liaison though. That's because we're the smallest dwarf settlement ever. I suspect that neither of my stonecrafters is actually skilled enough to take jobs at the proficient level, which is what this is going to require over here, which is part of the reason we're bottlenecking. That clanking you're hearing is the sparring report from some of our military finally pairing off. Now these guys are punching and kicking one another because they apparently don't have all their weapons yet. That's unfortunate. Here you can see the wagons making their way to the ramp, at which point they'll make their way down the ramp, around the wagon path, and to the depot. So we'll get some hunting dogs trained. Those can escort our little archer squad when they go out to hunt on those rare occasions that they actually have something they can kill. Let's go back and see if we've managed to find anything useful here. Looks like just more sphalerite. Okay, let's drop down a little lower and we'll find something in hopefully a little deeper biome. Okay, and now we have a record keeper assigned, so we'll start to get a better picture of our actual equipment. Here comes the flood of goods.